Hello everybody and welcome back to The Real Vibe with Imani. If you're new here, please remember to click the subscription button and remember to invite a friend or two and turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss anything at all that we post every other Sunday. Today's topic is something that many of you have requested in my inbox, and as always, whatever you request is something that I must consider to cover. I had to paraphrase the topic a little bit so that it can, reach to many people who have gone through exactly what you're going to talk about. So today we are talking about why do we love the way we do. This is different from the 5 types of love, or not types of love, but like love languages. That's totally different. Today we just want to talk about why we love the way we do besides the 5 types of love languages. So let's dig in. When you meet somebody that you kind of like and you feel there is something meaningful that you can create with that person, let me talk about the guys because this is their job. It's your job to hunt, yeah? And you like this particular lady and you feel like the best thing to do is to approach her and begin a journey that can end up being a marriage, for example. Or you just want to, as they say, try out the waters. You get to understand that people are very different. How you express your love to that person, how you want to be treated, it can be different, and sometimes it can actually be a turn-off to somebody. And in life, we end up judging people how they express their love and not considering why they express their love the way they do. So hear me out. We love the way we do, number one, because of our backgrounds. We all come from different backgrounds, yeah? And when you're growing up, if you come from, let's say, for example, a separated family, you will really need a father figure or a mother figure for you to get to understand how a functional family works, all right? And then when you're growing up, the first kind of love you get introduced to, that is exactly what you will grow up knowing love to be. If you're coming from, a family where your dad was not there enough, and maybe you are a man, for you to get to understand how a lady should be treated, it will take God's hand actually for you to get to that point where as a man, I must be present for my children. As a man, I must be there emotionally and physically for my wife or my family. And then if you grow up and you don't really get somebody to help you navigate that part of you, and you get to date somebody and you are not there, and it's not your fault anyway. For you just understand anyway, as long as I text you once a week or as long as we hang out once a month, me, I'm fine. But then this other lady, for example, has come up from a very functional home. She's used to having both parents there loving each other, and that's what she knows. She'll start to blame you actually and start throwing words and blame you for not being there. It's very important before you can cast stones to somebody because they are not there enough or they're not expressing love the way you'd want to be expressed. Get to learn, how did they grow up? How was their upbringing, all right? And you're not getting to know how they grew up so that you can use that against them. It's for you to get to, just bridge those dots. Get to understand, is there something I need to know, that you missed when you were growing up? And the good thing is God is so gracious that even as we grow up to be adults, He'll still bring people your way that will help you navigate that phase of life. It is your duty to get to understand when that opportunity comes. So how we've grown up highly influences how we give love, not only to people that we want to build something meaningful like marriage with, but also with friends. If you are used to having meeting people, it's not a big thing for you yet. This is something that is very important. Do not judge a person by the way they behave towards you in love before you understand how they grew up. And good thing is, when you get to understand that could be the problem, until you realize that you may never solve it. So please get to understand that. The other thing that influences how we express our love to other people is our experiences. If you got heartbroken, for example, and it was a nasty breakup, and there are things that in that relationship broke you so badly, you may need to, consider some time to yourself before you start dating again. Because if you go to dating somebody, the kind of energy you will give to that person is the exact energy you are getting in the other relationship. What do I mean? If you were hurt because, for example, somebody cheated on you, you will be very skeptical about the other person if you just get into that relationship, and you will be scared that this person is going to do the exact same thing to you. So when people start to withdraw, when people are scared to, share information, when people are very withdrawn in a relationship, before you throw stones to them and you are never open with me, you don't keep communication open, you are 1, 2, 3, just get to understand what experiences did you encounter in your previous relationship. Is there something that hurt you so bad that I need to know? Because it's very important to talk about past relationships. By the way, don't say that past belongs to the past. The past has a way of catching up with us and influencing your present. If you are a lady and in your previous relationship, the man maybe, abused you or something, and you are even actually scared of even getting a hug from opposite sex because this person might end up just strangling me. It's good to share those things. Why are you withdrawing? Why are you scared of, talking about certain things about yourself? Why do you consider to just take your time alone? There are people who will say, I need a break. It's not like they want to break up with you, but they know in my previous relationship, taking a break was the norm. I need time to myself. Where are you going? I'm right here. So before you call it, I want to put, that ring on my finger, I want to take something or rather take a step forward, have a conversation. Talk about things that you feel your partner needs to work on. And definitely there's always a way of saying that. If you feel you are missing some time from him, you feel like he's not there with you, if you are a woman, get to understand, why is he not there? Before you cast a stone and say they are never there, get to understand, why do you consider just taking time to yourself? Why don't you want to spend some time with me? Not all the time though, I'm just saying quality time. Get to know what happened. And from that, you will build something meaningful. I usually say, there is a way, I'll just use an example with apology. When you are giving an apology to somebody, you just don't say, hey, I am sorry if I wronged you. No. You have to say, I am sorry, I made you feel this way. The same thing when you are looking for answers as to why somebody behaves the way they do. Don't tell them you are this and that. Get to understand. For example, let's say I'll use Emmanuel, my husband, his name Emmanuel, by the way. What happened? Is there something that you feel I should get to know, or do you need help with something? Instead of saying, Emmanuel, you are never there. Emmanuel, you are that and that. These are words that pierce so deep that it will actually make this somebody or someone withdraw even more, because this is the exact energy they were getting in their previous relationship. Be very considerate with your words when you are getting to get to know this person. The other thing, let me talk to my fellow women for a minute. Our tongue can pierce a man's ego, and you may never get that person ever again. The words we say, we are very quick to just say things, and sometimes we don't even think about them. We are very quick to casting stones. We are very quick to walking in assumptions and concluding something about the men in our lives. And we forget they also have emotions. We forget that they also go through stuff that we may not be the same but similar. The same way you feel sad is the same way they feel sad. Sometimes they don't want to talk about things because they know when I talk about this, you're going to use this against me. Be the kind of a woman who listens. Listen, not to respond, because we are very quick to just listen and give feedback before we even understand exactly what they are talking about. Be the kind of a woman who will listen to understand and not to respond, because they are people, they have emotions. So if you want to build something meaningful with somebody who is not expressing love as you would want them to express, be very keen to just listen, to understand, and be very open to telling them what you would like. It's not what you say, but how you say it. The last thing that influences how we love is the kind of people we surround ourselves with, all right? They say, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. If I surround myself with people who don't add value or don't believe in relationships or don't even believe in marriage, or they believe, for example, all men are DOGs, or they think that all women are, gold diggers, there's nothing they bring on the table besides the looks, then that is the exact way I'll treat the person that I am with, all right? It's the same energy I will give to the to the person that I'm building something with. If possible, when you start something meaningful with somebody, insist on meeting their friends. Actually get to know, who do you hang out with? What do these people do? Okay. I was reading a story where this particular woman is just used to having the man bring the money and she will never care where this money is coming from. And a year later, she came to realize that actually this man is involved in illegal business. All right. And for her, she's comfortable. I need money and the money is coming. I don't have to question that. These are things that if you don't dig deeper to know, who do you interact with? What exactly do you do? Why are you the way you are? What do you read? What are the materials that you interact with every other day? These things influence us, influence love, influence how we give love. So please ensure that your partner is interacting with people that add value in their lives. They're interacting with people who push them to be better, and they're interacting with people who don't put them down. So that is all I had for you this week. Let's meet next Sunday on Real Vibe with Imani.